Welcome back, episode 7 of my The Boys series. This one's called the Self-Preservation Society. In a flashback to 8 years earlier, Butcher and his wife Becca are at a Vought Christmas party. She works for Vought and she runs Homelander's Twitter account. This is where Butcher meets Homelander for the first time. In the present, Butcher watches from his car as Huey and Starlight meet in a hotel and get their bang on. It's electric. Sorry, had to do it. The Deep arrives at his small apartment in Ohio and is told to stay put unless called upon. He brings a local fan back to his place where she sexually assaults him by aggressively fingering his gills with one hand and getting herself off with the other. Just to be clear, I would never wish something like that on anybody for any reason. But for argument's sake, let's just say I had to pick one person, like gun to my head. It would probably be him. Now, I would never do that. But if I had to, it would probably definitely be him. But luckily, I would never do that. Afterwards, he visits a seafood market and promises a lobster that he talks to that he's gonna free him. He points him out to the worker who scoops him up and quickly stabs him in the head before the Deep can say anything. Just right in front of his face. A-Train, who is working out with his brother and trainer Nathan, has lost a step and worried that he's washed up. Nathan calls him out for using Compound V and tells him it's killing him. Homelander calls a meeting with the rest of the 7 and pulls up a picture of Huey. He calls out Starlight for dating him and says that he's the one who killed Translucent. Starlight tries to defend him and asks why he would do something like that. That's when Homelander zooms the picture out and shows him shaking hands with A-Train the day he signed the settlement. Starlight is visibly distraught. Homelander accuses her of helping him, but Maeve defends her, saying if anything, she just got tricked because she's stupid, which kinda calms him down. Huey tells Butcher he can't do this anymore. Butcher calls him a killer and says he's only changing his mind because of Starlight. Huey receives a phone call from A-Train. He says he's taken his father hostage and if he doesn't show up alone, he's gonna kill him just like he did to Robin. The boys realize their cover's completely blown. Butcher immediately accuses Starlight, of course, but MM tells him that she couldn't have done it because she's never seen him, and his cover's blown too. Huey goes home and convinces A-Train to let his dad go in exchange for some Compound V. Just after his dad runs out, Kamiko runs in and breaks his leg with a pipe, specifically his femur. Dude, she's so savage. That's when Butcher tracks down Mesmer and kills him for giving them up, just like he said he would. Homelander asks Stillwell about Becca. Her file says she's missing and assumed that she killed herself. Stillwell says she always thought she quit. She tries to seduce him again to change the subject, but it doesn't work. He shuts her down and leaves. In another flashback to 8 years ago, Butcher is approached by CIA Director Grace Mallory. She shows him footage of Becca and Homelander going into his office and reveals that she was raped by him just days after the Christmas party, and she went missing shortly after. Mallory offers him revenge against Vought, the Supes, and specifically Homelander, which results in the foundation of the boys. MM pleads with Butcher to accept Raynor's deal in exchange for the safety of his family and Huey's dad. He agrees. She shows up and takes them to safety. Homelander visits Jonah Vogelbaum, the doctor who raised him when he was a child. He explains that Homelander had impregnated Becca and then they both died during the birth. He says he regrets using him as a test subject instead of giving a normal childhood and tells him that he was his biggest failure. Raynor confronts Stillwell about Compound V, but has to leave the meeting early after the CIA discovers there's a Supe terrorist that just killed an entire SEAL team. Annie confronts Huey and asks him if he's been using her to get back at A-Train and if he's the one who killed Translucent. He admits he did and tries to explain, but Starlight wants to turn him in. He tells him if she turns him in, Vought's gonna kill him. He tells her the truth about Compound V and her powers, and she denies it. Suddenly, a red dot appears on her chest and she gets blasted by Butcher as he yells for Huey to run. Huey apologizes to her on the ground and runs off with Butcher, leaving her behind. Oh! Huey, what are you doing, my boy? You can't leave your girl behind like that. I understand Butcher's been through some shit, and I understand his hate for Supes. However, it should be mostly directed at just Homelander. And this whole, I hate any Supe that's walking, any Supe I see I hate and want to kill, it's kind of old. I feel like they're trying to make us feel bad for the Deep now, but it's going to take a lot more for me to start caring about him. As of now, when bad things happen to him, it still makes me giggle. We got one episode left. Season finale. Please like, subscribe, comment, tell me what you think is going to happen in the last episode, and we'll see you for the next one. Thanks for watching.